Thanks for background challenge. It's been a little while. I just had another baby. This is my fourth child. It is a girl. We call her Rosalie, Rose for short. So I was reading an article, and I've been reading several books lately, the last couple of months, about life. What would you feel when you're on your deathbed? What's the mind? What's the things going through your mind? What is, are you thinking about regrets? Are you thinking about things that you wish you could have, should have done? Are you thinking about things that that you're worrying at the present moment? Whatever it is, we have these thoughts right towards the end of our death, right? And so when I was reading some of these articles, they're talking about what will you regret the most, right? Jim Rohn, he's an entrepreneur and a motivation speaker. He died a couple of years ago, and he says something very good. He says, we either go through pain two different ways, one of discipline or one of regret. And so I thought about, well, discipline, I can do that. That's a good pain. I'll take that. But what about regret? What am I going to regret later on in life? See, I'm motivated not just by happy thoughts, but also by negative thoughts of regret, So there's about three things for me that I believe that I will regret when on my deathbed or when I get older, right? One of the biggest thing is relationships, especially with my wife, my children. I grew up, like I said, with a dad, but he wasn't there much. He was in alcohol, drugs, all those things, and he wasn't really involved in my life. We keep hearing these things like, I'll die for my child, but your child doesn't want you to die for them. They want you to live for them, right? And my dad didn't do that whatsoever. He's barely in my life. Now, he put food on the table, absolutely, and I'm thankful and grateful for that, but he wasn't there for me. And to me, that's a conviction for me. I want to know when I'm on my deathbed that I did the best for my children. Okay, I don't have to be perfect. Absolutely, I'm going to mess up a dad, and I've totally have already, right? There's things that I regret now, but ultimately, the greatest regret is not trying my best for my children to give them the education they need, the food they need, and the time with their father. They need time with their fathers, and I want to be there for my children that my dad wasn't there for me, and so that's a huge regret for me. Another one would be like not taking risk all my life. Because of my insecurities, the way I grew up. Like I said, my father was in my life a lot, so I had a lot of insecurities growing up. And I never took risks, right? And the funny thing is that when I didn't actually kind of take risks at times, it was awesome. It came out pretty well. But for a long time, pretty much even until I got married, even till now, I never took risk. But when I realized I started taking risks, especially risks I want to do, I give an example right now. I'm starting doing real estate. I got my first rental property. Is it scary? Absolutely. Am I going to mess up? Absolutely. Do I know 100% of this? Oh no. I'm still ignorant in this, but I'm learning as I go. But when I die on my deathbed and dying, I'm going to regret not taking the risk. What a wasted life and trying to be safe all the time. Take some risks, take some challenges. You're not going to win big if you don't go out there and do big, right? Like the saying goes, is that you miss 100% of the shots you don't make. And that's absolutely true. And I don't want to be that guy going, man, I should have, could have, I should have done this, should have done that. I don't want to be that kind of person. I said, hey, I tried this, it didn't work out. I tried this, and it worked out. And I can live with that, right? I can live with that. That's not won't be a regret for me. Another big one for me is regretting would be not having a meaningful life too, not doing something meaningful. Like I said, I could do real estate. I may love doing that from a financial point of view, and it could be fun. But maybe I want to do something more that has a meaning to my life, and you have to have those. Like my biggest meaning for me is, like I said, I believe in Jesus Christ. My biggest meaning is do what the will of the Lord is. That's meaningful for me. Another thing to be meaningful for me is, like I said, I love studying philosophy. I love teaching, and one of the things I love teaching is I can do it for free. Or I get paid doing it. It doesn't matter to me, right? It doesn't matter if I get paid or I get famous for it. It doesn't matter to me because I enjoy it. I feel like it's good work to do, and I love doing it. I love teaching, especially when it comes to philosophy, science, and theology. I just love those fields of study, and that brings meaning to my life. And so that thing I would regret too, because what's worth living is just to make money. Like I said, I've been reading a lot of entrepreneurs. And they have said they have won millions of dollars and done many great things, achieved great things. And at the end of the day, there was no meaning to it. They felt depressed. It's like I thought I wanted this, right? And it's true. Sometimes we try to climb this ladder of success, and not really focus on and realizing which wall we're trying to get over, right? Until we get to the very top and go, well, this is not what I wanted. This is not the wall I wanted to get over, right? And then you have to kind of start back over again, right? So don't get too caught on the ladder, right, of success, but also make sure you're on the right wall that you're trying to get over, right? We have many walls in our life, but make sure you're right over the right one. And I don't want to regret that, right, in those meetings. So leave in the comments what are some of what you guys would regret if you are dying now. But what would regret would be? 60 years from now, you're young. 60 plus years from now or so, or whenever you're on your deathbed, maybe you're close to the age now, and think about, hey man, what am I going to regret, right? How's that going to help me change what I am doing now? Is that being a better father, or finding a good career, or finding a spouse and being faithful to them, whatever that regret might be, focus on that now, use that as a driving force. So leave in your comments. Like I said, if you subscribe to my channel, I'll put up more videos as we go now. I just have more time. I have a different job now, so just go ahead and subscribe.